The way that this man spoke to me yesterday, I was ready to fight. Pray for me. I'm trying not to grab nobody around the neck at 9 months pregnant. Good morning, people. We are getting ready to head out. I need to run back to the nail shop because my nails are split. I just went last week and they're already split after I spent all that money on my nails. But anyhow, today we are officially 38 weeks pregnant. This baby is still hanging in there. Like, he can come at any time right now and we're ready. I have his bassinet ready in my office and his stroller and car seat. I cleaned up my office a bit. But yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, but we'll talk about it in the car. I need to grab some coffee and something to eat and get going. So I'll see y'all in the car. Okay, y'all, we are in the car and it is freezing. It is the end of March and Chicago is just going through this bipolar weather pattern lately. Like, one day it's 60, the next day it's 30. So you don't know what to put on at this point. But oh my god, I just realized that all of my mirrors are off. I guess my man drove my truck and I completely forgot. Like, why is my mirror off? I can't see anything. Should have probably checked that before I took off, but I need some coffee. I need some coffee and a breakfast sandwich to get me going because I am tired. I'm at that point of pregnancy where it's really hard to sleep at night. I toss and turn like a rotisserie chicken, just back and forth. I'm like trying to sleep and I'm so jealous. I look over. Let me fix my mirror. I look over at my man and he is stone cold knocked out, mouth open, snoring, knocked out. And I'm just laying there 2 o'clock in the morning just about to cry because I can't get comfortable. Like, I'm just tired. I'm just tired all the time now. But it's okay. We have about another week. If my doctor decides that she still wants to induce me, then I'll probably be getting induced next week, and it's a little daunting. I never wanted to get induced, and it seems to me that most doctors, for some reason, always want to induce you, and I don't understand the reason. Now, my doctor said she wanted to induce me because my baby was on the small side, and in order to, you know, it's better for him to develop outside of the womb where more can be done for him. But I'm just like, my mom is always like, let God be God. The baby is still growing. There's no need to rush. The safest place for him is with me, you know, in my stomach. So we'll see. But ultimately it's going to be up to me on whether or not I want to go ahead and be induced. Now, I will say that we did a maternity tour a couple of weeks ago. Me and my man did a tour of the maternity ward at the hospital and got a chance to follow one of the labor and delivery nurses around. She was so sweet, and I'm so happy that I did that because it really put my mind at ease about going into labor, because, you know, as a first-time mom, labor just sounds scary. So it really helped put my mind at ease about going into labor. The rooms at this hospital are huge. It's so peaceful up there. Everybody is so nice, so sweet. And one thing that she said was that the good thing about being induced is that you are promised a hospital room, because they only have five delivery rooms in the labor wing. So if you're induced, you're going to be scheduled, which means you're going to be guaranteed a room when you come in, versus if you come in labor and it's busy, there is a chance that you may not get a room. and you'll end up in a triage room where you're not able to get an epidural until you can be transferred to a regular labor room. So I would like a regular labor room starting off, because listen, when I get to the hospital, drug me up. I don't want to feel a thing. I don't want to feel nothing. I want this baby to come out like butter. So I don't want any pain. So that's a good thing about being induced. So we'll see what happens. But at this point, the way I've been feeling, the way he's been moving, I just feel like he's gonna come on his own, and that's fine. I don't know. Hopefully you guys saw my last video. Well, not my last video, my one before the last one, my America Has a Problem video, where I talked about the whole issue with maternity leave and corporate America and things like that. Yesterday, it really came to a head at the company that I work for. So like I said in that video, I've been pressured over the past recent months. I would say over the past 2 months, I've been pressured by the guy that I work for about what am I going to do after I have my son? What is that going to look like? How soon can I come back to the office? What are my capabilities to be back in the office? Am I going to be able to work 5 days a week straight in the office after the baby is born? I need you to be back in the office. I didn't agree to you working from home and all this other stuff. Like, he's been pressing this for about 2 months, and I have literally just been ignoring him. When he goes into that question, he sends me emails, he's asked me on the phone, like, we need to discuss this. And I've ignored him because I feel like it's so wildly inappropriate. It's not okay to constantly pressure a pregnant woman about, oh, you need to talk and consider daycare because we need to know when you're going to come back to the office. Mind you, 98% of what I do, I can do from home. I can do from anywhere, as long as I have a computer. So me being in the office is really not necessary. It's more of just him just wanting to have a body in the office, and it's not necessary. Like, it really isn't. But whatever, it's his business. I don't care. He can run it how he wants to run it. But constantly pressuring me about what am I going to do? What are my capabilities after having my baby? I don't know. I've never had a baby before. I don't know what it's going to look like after my son is here. And I tried to explain it to him one time. So yesterday, I guess he was in a bad mood, and he called my phone about a project. So he starts being rude and disrespectful, because that's who he is, talking to me about this project. And once I corrected him, because he was wrong as usual, he took a moment and took a left turn and went straight back into that. I have been asking you several times, what are your capabilities to come back to the office? And I have not gotten a response from you on what you have decided, what your plans are going to be for after your son is born. You need to be having this discussion with your husband, and you need to be talking to your family about what their capabilities are for helping you with your child so that you can come into the office. I want this to be a full-time office position, and I need to know what you can do. And I'm just like, I had to take a moment, and I took a breath, and I was like, what does returning to the office look like to you? I want to know, because you keep talking about this, you keep talking about it and pressing it. What does it look like for you? Do I have the baby and then the next week I'm just rolling on back into the office? Well, you should be considering daycare, because I know plenty of corporate women who have worked up until labor and then come right back to the office after they have a baby. I told him, that's good for them. That doesn't work for me. What does that have to do? First of all, it is so rude and disgustingly disrespectful to say something like that to a pregnant woman. Everyone's pregnancy is different. Every woman is not built the same. Some women can work throughout their pregnancy and then come right back to the office. I'm not built that way. 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna wait and let them get their lives together. I don't want to be the woman crying on her way to the office because I had to leave my baby for some dickhead who just needed me to be back in the office just because that's just what he wants. Hang on. Hi, could I have a tall vanilla sweet cream cold brew and a ham and cheese croissant? So I never planned to be working in the office when my baby gets here. I feel like his early years are the most important. Like, those are times that I'm going to treasure, like, for the rest of my life, for the rest of his life. Like, I want to be home. I don't want to be sitting in someone's office 8 hours a day doing work that I could be doing from home and being a mom at the same time. And I know that this man doesn't get it because he does not have children, nor does he prioritize his family. I've never seen him prioritize his family or his girlfriend or anybody else in his life. Only thing he does is work. And he is the most disrespectful person to deal with. So we got into that. And, after I asked him, like, what does that look like to you as far as me returning to the office, that made him even madder. And I was in the car with my man at the time when this conversation was happening, and he just kept looking over at me. My man is very hostile. He is very confrontational. He does not back down from confrontation at all. And it hurts me because I know it hurts him to see me in a position where, like, somebody is mistreating me. Somebody's mistreating me to the point where I was literally shaking because I was trying to hold in what I really wanted to say to him, because, like, I try my best to not react emotionally to things, so I was trying to hold my emotions together in the midst of this man just coming at me so sideways when I'm like a week away from giving birth. So he ended up saying something like, you need to be talking to your husband, and you need to talk to your family, and you need to see what everybody else's capabilities are to help you with your child so that you can go back to the office. We need to have a serious discussion. And what about daycare? You can consider sending your child to daycare. I told him, first of all, you cannot send a baby to daycare under 6 weeks. Secondly, it has been agreed in my family, my child's not going to daycare until he's at least 2. So you can stop with the daycare because that's not happening. Okay, well, you need to talk to your husband. You need to find out what his capabilities are going to be for watching your child so that you can who are you talking to? Like, who are you talking to? Nobody needs to do anything. You're not nobody's boss. This is not a plantation. Like, you have really lost your ever-loving mind. And to think that you need me to help you run your company, because if I up and leave, what are you going to do? Because he literally does not have the capabilities, as he likes to say, to run his company without me right now. So why are you treating me this way? I had to take a quick pause going to nail shopping and get these nails done. This is way more me. I had to change the color and get my little chip nail fix. But anyway, so the whole situation yesterday was just crazy. And it took everything in me not to just quit on the spot. And I recognize that this is like a level of growth in my maturity, because I'm a very emotional person. I'm sure most of us are, especially as women. But I am a very emotional person, and old me, like, would usually react off of my emotion rather than my logic. I have a plan in place. I know how I want to work this situation, how I want to make my exit. So it took so much in me to just hold it together, not completely snap, curse this man out and tell him where he could go stick this job. But I was, like I said, I was on the phone in the car with my man at the time, and I could just feel him on the side of me, like being anxious. Like he wanted to jump in, snatch the phone or whatever. So I ended up getting off the phone with this guy after being told that I need to have a discussion with my husband and my family and figure out what I'm going to do with my child. We got home and I was literally shaking. Like, I was so upset. And I'm standing in the kitchen with my man and he's just looking at me. And I was like, I just need a moment. I went in the bathroom. I cried. Try not to get emotional thinking about it, because I cried because I had so much emotion pent up about that situation. So many things like I wish I could have said, or I wish I would have said, but I know it was not a good idea to say it in the moment. So after I gathered myself, I came back out of the bathroom. My man was waiting on me. Now, I'm the type of person, like, seeing somebody hurt that loves me, oh, looking at his face, just looking at me, like seeing how I'm all teared up, it hurt me for him to see me hurt, because I knew like it bothered him so badly. So he just gave me my moment to, say what I had to say about how I was feeling and what happened in that conversation. I told him, like, this man was like, you need to talk to your husband. And he was like, oh, I wish you would have gave me the phone, because you should have said, oh, I should talk to my husband. He's right here. I'll let you talk to him. Because he's like, one thing that is not going to happen. If you want to address me, then address me. Now he's telling you that you need to talk to your husband. Then pass your husband the phone so I can handle it. And y'all, I would never pass my man the phone, because like I said, he is confrontational. Okay, he's not gonna leave a crumb on that table. He's gonna say everything that needs to be said plus some more. So that wouldn't have been a good situation. But he was just like, if he ever says something like that again, I want you to give me the phone and let me address him, since he wants to address me and tell you what you should be doing, blah blah blah. So at the end of it, he's just like, what do you want to do? Do you want to quit? He's like, you don't want to work this job anymore, you want to quit? I said, yeah, I want to quit. He was like, quit. Go ahead. And I am very blessed to have the support system that I have around me, where that is even an option. But me being an independent woman and me just having a plan for how I want things to go for the next year and things that I want to do and set up for myself, I'm taking my time. There will come a time when, yeah, it will be time to leave. And I'm just, the way that this man spoke to me yesterday, I was ready to fight. I'm ready to fight because how dare you? You may not have a wife, you may not have children, but you have a mother because you are here, and you would not want somebody talking to your mother that way. When I told my mom about the whole situation, she was just like, he needs to be ashamed of himself, because who talks to a woman like that? Who talks to anybody like that? Like, it's bad. I commend my mom because I was raised, she raised us as a single mother, me and my little brother, and she worked full time and she went to law school at night. How on earth she was able to do everything that she did, put us through private school, like we never missed anything, sent us abroad, when she couldn't go. She never went, but she would pay the money to send us on trips. You know, we went to private schools. We had the best of everything. And my mom did this by herself. And she told me that after she had us, she did go back to work. She was back to work within 6 weeks. You don't think my mom wanted to stay home and spend time with us? We are in a time, our generation, where you can make money from anywhere. We have way more options than our parents did. And I know that, like she told me the other day, she's very proud of me, because I will exercise my options. I have been raised to not be on the corporate plantation, to not be at anyone's mercy. So I have options. Like, you should never be backed into a corner where someone feels like they can just come at you like that. And it's going to be a hard lesson that this man is going to learn dealing with me. But for the sake of my mental health and my emotional stability, and just trying to remain as stress-free as possible, because at this late stage in my pregnancy, I recognize that my emotions do affect my child. Because being so upset yesterday, when I finally sat down, my baby was like moving non-stop, kicking me, like. And that made me feel sad. Like, I'm in distress and he's feeding off of that emotion, and I know better. So I just really wanted to come on here and give you guys that update, because that yesterday it just really blew me. It really, really blew me. And I am going to do my best to stick with my plan, and I will be out of this environment very, very soon. But until then, we are about a week away from labor. I am just going to focus on that, focus on nesting, and keep getting my house situated, and just being excited about my little human coming into this world. Thank you guys so much for listening to me and to my rant. I appreciate so much all of the comments that you all left on that America Has a Problem video. The comments that you all left, the words of encouragement, it meant so much. It really meant so much to know, like, I'm not the only woman that has dealt with situations like this while being pregnant. Like, it's sad. It's really, really sad. And our society needs to do better with protecting women and our right to be mothers, our right to be women, our right to have emotional, physical, spiritual stability. Like, our mental health is important. We all come from a woman. Why would women not be afforded extra protections under the law? Like, we just really need to do better. This behavior that I have been experiencing should never be tolerated. It should never be tolerated. And yeah, I'm not going to deal with it. So as this develops, I will keep you guys updated if you want to be updated on this. But y'all pray for me. I'm trying not to grab nobody around the neck at 9 months pregnant. Pray for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
Can't focus on me.